What's up, Baobab? Welcome to Module 1's Roundup video. In this video, we're going to be talking about what happened in Week 1 with Junior High Science. So, Week 1, it was all about being a scientist. I got you guys to show me what you think a scientist looks like, and then I blew your minds and showed you that actually scientists don't look like a lab coat and have safety glasses. Scientists look different to that. Of course, there are scientists that do wear lab coats and have safety glasses, but not all of them. And that was my main point. I also showed you some careers that you could get into for science, and I hope that was really, really exciting. I hope some of you are going to become famous scientists as well, because you guys researched a famous scientist. And thank you for those submissions, both what the scientists look like and your research assignment. They were just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Okay, so if you have a look at our week on Canvas, you can have a look here. What did we actually cover? And you can see a lot of the stuff we covered, I've just talked about with researching and what a scientist is. We also talked about safety in the lab. Some of you had a look at this really cool infographic down below. That's going to take forever to load. I am not going to go. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Come on. There we go. So you had a look at this cool infographic showing everything that people are doing wrong. We had one person ask me in the discussion, what happens if we break a piece of equipment? Don't forget that we should never pick that up. Always alert an adult. Speak to your tutor about getting some more equipment. I don't want you to go to any other places to get the equipment. Okay, so back to the modules. We also looked at some cool hazard symbols at the bottom here, and you will have to go and look at this Prezi by yourself. Remember, at Valencia, a lot of the time you're doing the work by yourself. It's not only with me. Okay, so please, for Module 2 going into next week, have a look at Canvas before the lessons. See if there's anything you can do before the lesson starts. So for example, in this section, you would have had to have a look at these hazard symbols before you have a look at the breakout session. Okay, so I think you guys are still getting used to this kind of thing. So week 1, no problem if you haven't done the stuff before the lesson, but in week 2, if you can go and have a look at the assignments and the tasks that are happening before the live session, that would be an absolute massive help to me. Other things we talked about is we talked about measuring cylinders, your first piece of equipment, and you guys measured out some cool stuff, and I really, really want you guys to go and do this weekend if you haven't done it. If your kit is still on the way, it's totally okay. You can do your practical at a later stage, but please, will you go and post a cool little selfie, something like this, with your experiment going on in the background? That would be really, really cool to see. Where you're going to post that? Well, don't forget, on your Canvas website, you've got this discussion forums. And I want you to continually check this, continually post in here if you have any questions. So for example, if you post your general questions for Module 1, if you've got anything here, somebody's posted, I've replied. What was your final color and reading for your measuring cylinder? I want you to drop your photo in here. Okay, Ethan's done it for us now, but there's no photo. That's okay. I don't think he knew that he had to do a photo. You don't have to do this as well. This is just for fun. If you've got some spare time, drop a cool photo in there. Announcements! There's no new announcements, but please, I will be posting an announcement about a reminder for the practical coming up next week. What to bring, what equipment you need, and please just go and check out your announcements. That's pretty much everything from Module 1. Thanks so much for being awesome, and see you next week. Bye, Baobab!